All right, so I got my hands on the Google Vids. It's an experimental feature, part of Workspace. So AI-powered video creation for work, coming soon. They've got the full page already set up with all the highlights and the details. Not liking the screen resolution here where you really can't capture a lot. All right, so it's kind of like if you're doing a presentation, I'm seeing it as it's a companion for Workspace and for the Google Docs and the different Google Office suite. And you can also do it in presentations, and you kind of like give it the source, whether it be a PowerPoint or maybe it's a Google Doc or something of that nature. You can just use Gemini to query some things in and ask for content, but you can kind of see here if you're doing a presentation, actually even live, I believe through Meet, you can just like read off of a script, but the whole point is you've got your script next to it, and instead of having to do like fancy edits or make a presentation, it just all does it for you, which I think is really cool for what it is, because it's kind of a waste of time to sit there and try to make a presentation, especially one that's sort of half-assed. It's not that great looking. In this case, it's going to be, good looking. Certainly appears professional. So storyboard with suggested scenes. You can also manipulate images. You can ask it to remove backgrounds, things that were, tedious. At least you would have to go to a website or something and maybe use Canva, something like that. And so you can insert sort of a document with at. It's going to create what you want out of that. It's going to add images. The images are decent. I mean, the thing about these AI videos is they're not great, right? They're not replacing anyone's job, except if you had someone fundamentally just at the beginning doing up a draft or a mock-up or something like that. I used to pay people to give me a framework for blog content, and then I would go in, heavily modify it. I would add my my insights and structure it the way I wanted. And I used to pay like 30 to 50 US for that. So that's been eliminated with AI. But anyways, like a lot of AI tools, it can help you get things done faster, but it's certainly not replacing. So record yourself, your screen on audio, and insert your video in a few clicks. Stay on message, which are read-along teleprompter. The stock images are not bad. I saw some stuff that came up that they were using Shutter. I think it's Shutterstock I saw on there. So you can share presentations. I'm sure you're either going to read more about it or want to read more about it. You would go there. I just hope that this is a permanent feature. It's not something that Google rolls out for 6 months or a year like a lot of the things they do and then get rid of it. So you do have to activate alpha mode to get it to work right now in Workspace. If you're a Workspace admin, alpha mode, and that's why it'll take you to the admin console for now. It's supposed to come out towards the end of this year. So November, December. Okay, so let's jump in. I have everything ready to go here. Let's start creating. Describe your video in a few sentences. Type the at to include files. So pitch video to offer seasonal toppings for something. Explain how to run a successful yada yada yada. So I have a blog that I'm posting up, and I'm going to say create a video from my blog post content at, that's the blog. Okay, I'm gonna go next. Okay, so right away it's taken out the chapters. So we've got the introduction. We can add scenes. So if I hit add scene, it'll add it under this intro. Let me get rid of that. So introduction, if I edit it, I can just rename it, right? So this is the outline. And then you can just do a try again if you don't like what they have. So they've covered a lot of things here that are automatic. And my chapters are not all labeled like this. I don't have necessarily chapters. I do have H tags. So beyond that, they're picking it up pretty well. So the design to start with, I've only seen these three. Obviously, you've got a little bit more like laid back, eccentric. I don't know what you want to call that. And then you've got more like a corporate feel. So obviously you can change all these, but certainly I would expect there to be more like designs. So your title will go here, text will go here. So it's just kind of giving you play by play. Here's those titles. Here's the themes. So let's see what it can do just off the cuff. Let's go create a draft video. You'll notice the interface looks exactly like if you were in a Google Docs. It looks like Google Docs. And all of these, so I thought it was actually in because it's docs.google.com/videos. So I did think that it was part of the Google Docs, but it's actually really its own thing. Okay, so it's made a minute 30. The videos can be up to 10 minutes long. It's made a minute 30 video. We've got timing here. This is my audio underneath. It's very similar to the software that I'm using, which is Camtasia. It's a solid outline. Microsoft has their one built into Windows now. Show all timing, show timing for selected. So if I hit timing, now I can actually see, let's get rid of that. I can actually see the assets underneath. So video, rectangle. So those would be the shapes here, right? So I can change those, change animation, format options, record video. Okay, so anything in this frame space here, I can decrease it if I want to create like a cascade effect. For my designs, I can always shorten and lengthen, and these are all the texts that are here. Okay, so I can change this animation, auto fit, and format options. So format is just over here. So size and rotation, I can change width, positioning, text fitting, all that kind of stuff. Drop shadow and alt text for people who have particular challenges. So here's a zoom of it. If I want to zoom in to make those finer adjustments, and I can add transitions in between. So these little two circles are transitions. So I can go and choose from these specific ones. And if I hover over, it's giving me a little preview here of what those transitions look like. I've also got media. I've got help create an image. So they've embedded these images in here too. If I want to play with that, I haven't done that yet, so we could give it a try. It'll be interesting to see how well it can create some images. Shapes and line, again, recording and scripts. So here's the script that they took from the blog that represents the first part of the video. So let's go ahead and take a look. So this is about Airbnb photographs. So certainly, this may be relevant. Because, okay, we've got a little bit of vacationing here. I don't need that graph necessarily. And this is what I find with like all AI videos is like the images and the graphics. Okay, professional photography. I mean, that's for a work presentation. I mean, hey, I just saved myself like just this minute and 30. I saved myself, probably a couple hours and getting images and all that type of stuff. I wouldn't put this on YouTube, but I would want to replace the images and replace, the background music is crap. Here I can increase the volume. I can do a fade in, fade out. I didn't like that there wasn't a fade in, so I might actually just do like a quick little fade in, okay, on that. So I'm assuming if I go to my media, I can access, my media from here, Google Photos. Also here, we've got a lot more templates, so they do offer them. It was just those 3 initial to get you started. So there's a pretty decent library, and if it sticks around, hopefully it'll be decent. That recording button again, so we can record from the camera. We can do screen and camera, which is very helpful. I could do kind of what I'm doing with Camtasia right now, but I could just do it there, just the screen, or I can do a voiceover. So if I need to do some quick video editing, quick voiceover of some PowerPoint and record that and get it out. I can easily do that here. So a lot of people do have troubles getting that set up and going, especially with needing to buy software and how to use it. So I could see this as being pretty frictionless for someone who just needs to get some sort of presentation up and running, once again. Okay, so in terms of changing the media, I'm going to go to stock media here. And let's say I got some music. Okay, so maybe I take that instead, right? Let me take that out. Delete. All right, now that guy's out. So let's see. So now I got some different music, and I've got all my assets here that I can take a look at. Now I gotta say, those intros, these right here, I mean, that's a no-brainer. I'm gonna not keep the video. This one I could say keep video, right? So it's like locked in place. This one I can hit record and do my own thing, or this here, it's even saying, hey, find Airbnb logo. So upload my media or stock media. Now if I go to stock media, this is all they have. I mean, even I'm a member of FreePick, and they would show the Airbnb logo. So if they're using Shutterstock and other sources, I'm kind of surprised. Now, okay, it's not in videos, but what about this? All right, so they don't want to copyright infringe, fine. So I click that, and then I have this here. Well, obviously now it's not replacing what was there. We would have to right click and replace. So that wasn't expected because I thought I was replacing over here. So if I do this, how about replace, because it's a video, let me replace with a stock image, and it went back to defaulting on video. So I'm going to go back to that, and so, well, it didn't replace it. So I'm assuming it doesn't like replacing the video with an image. What about all this AI imagery he was talking about? Let's see. Airbnb logo with no background. And which style? Let's say, I assume photography is more like real than some sort of a sketch. Okay. I mean, that's not horrible. Except for the fact that I said no background. That could be my fault. All right, let's try that again. Okay, I mean, it's a cool mock-up. I make it look like their office or whatever. Certainly not my office. I wouldn't have their logo. And scaled down, it looks, not good. It's certainly not a transparent background or no background. But I've got my image replaced. And rinse and repeat for everything else. That seems to be, it's like, yeah, if I'm talking about Airbnb photos, I don't want this highway of houses and stuff. I get it, it's housing related. But, I mean, you're not that smart. Professional photography, that's cool. I can change any of the text. The composition, rule of thirds, yeah, that's not bad. Not bad. It's a little bit of a measurement thing going on. Color, that's appropriate. Conclusion, got the camera. That's not too bad, Follow composition, I would say that's definitely relevant. You can add a call to action, or you can do whatever, put your credits. It's hard to say, would I use this for something like YouTube? I mean, probably not. I mean, I would have to edit it. I think it's a good starting point if you want to go in and change the videos and the images. And if I was hiring someone, or I am hired someone, if I'm hiring someone or employing someone, I would get them to use these types of tools as a starting point and then update accordingly, because at least it gets you halfway there, right? For top menus, you can search here. You got new scenes, undo, zoom, and all that. Selecting, commenting. If you're collaborating, you can do the styling, the backgrounds, And then you can make copies of scenes or the entire video. You can share it, download as MP4, export it to Drive. Versioning, that would be handy. You could play it. Canvas zoom, timeline zoom. It's pretty good features. Upload your media stocks, some of the things we saw on the right-hand side. Again, with the recording and the voiceover, video placeholders, you can insert tables and charts. It's pretty flexible. No formatting options here in particular. Maybe if I click on something here, okay, I got a little bit more. I can reset, crop, replace, which is generally hard to do if you want to crop videos and things like that. Not a big accessible feature in just any application. Okay, hold on. One important thing I forgot to mention, somehow left out, that at the bottom icon here, scripts on each slide, you've got actual text that they've included for narration. So although this is the presentation screen, it doesn't expect, but really what you're doing is elaborating by either narrating, so you can see record myself or generate the voiceover. So let's dive into the research findings on the impact of professional photography on Airbnb bookings. So that would be a voiceover on this slide, or I can generate the voiceover. All right, so professional, moderate, calm. I can change the voice. I've got quite a few. Narrative, informative, conversational, descriptive, professional, friendly, and so on. So let's go authoritative, and let's read it out here.
Let's dive into the research findings on the impact of professional photography on Airbnb bookings.
Okay, so now I can hit insert into timeline. Now my playhead was at the beginning of this slide, so now it's there. So let's back up a little bit and show the whole thing. And to play back the video in its entirety, you can hit the play button up here, which I just thought would play on the timeline, but hey, it plays full screen. So here it is. All right, so you get it. So let me know if you're going to use it, if it interests you, and maybe I'll do a follow-up if I get some more use out of it. But so far, it's not bad. All right, we'll see you later.